Hi Aries, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Aries is your intuitive reading for the time between the 19th and the 25th of June. I'm going to pull some cards for love, for work, finances, career, and also for your key energy that you might be experiencing this week. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera. Please give this video a thumbs up because that is how you can support my channel and all the other YouTubers out there. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, my darling. So there's going to be some difficult choices for you to make this week. I don't know what they're going to be, Aries. And actually, right now, where you're standing, neither do you. Because the card at the base of the reading is the perspective through which we should see this reading through. And that is one of surprise. You know, this is really saying with the tarot energy that there is a shock or surprise, a blessing in disguise, potentially, that's gonna be happening or occurring in your life this week. Okay, so we are to expect the unexpected, but we know with the Tower that it's a blessing because the universe is paying attention to your life, to you, and he's saying right now it ain't working for you. We're going to make sure we're going to get you to where you need to be. And that is exactly what this Tower event is actually meant to do. Okay, so we've got our key energies here, and then we've got our love and then everything else. So we will start here. This will be the last card we look at. So let's start with the moon energy. So the key energy is, key is in K-I, and yes, it's a homophone, but yes, the key energy this week for you guys is really what you're experiencing, because key is about energy or energetic experiences. So it's what you'll be experiencing in your emotional body, energetically, mentally maybe, and the card for you guys is the moon card. Now, I would like to say, before I go any further, followers of Key Wisdom Tarot will have read on Instagram and on Facebook will have read the post that I did about the moon card. And actually during Pisces season, I always do the major arcana card for the season, and it's a very complex card, and it's a very complex energy to feel. So I really urge you to read it because it does actually describe pretty well, I mean, I say that myself, but it does actually describe pretty well the type of energetic experiences that we face during Pisces season and, you know, during the moon energy. So for you guys, you know, we've got the full, the full moon. No, the full moon's on the 17th, actually, sorry. So we've had the full moon. Yeah, it's the 17th today, actually. Anyway, so we've had the full moon already. However, with this energy, there is no barrier there's no barrier between what is real, like what's in front of you, your real experiences, what you want, what you dream, what you wish, what you fear, there's no distinction between them. So they all sort of, your fears can feel as real as what is in front of you, and your past can feel as real as it's happening today, and what you dream of happening in the future, i.e. the things that you want to happen, can feel as if they are here with you, ever present. And the reason that we have this type of energy and we experience this type of energy is it's kind of like churning up our emotional waters. It kind of like we have to have this sort of like full-on experience of all that we have felt and all that we can possibly feel in order for us to sort of get some solidity in this world right now. And in order for us to find a new balance, a new equilibrium. And really, the Tower is about bringing in new security in a way that, again, seems shocking, but potentially might be out of the blue. You could just get proposed to, or it could be anything, I don't know, a shock event, basically. And, you know, the moon is like all the emotions of everything being here and being able to feel them and experience them as if as real as they were yesterday, I was about to say. So, you know, I would definitely recommend you read that post on my Instagram, okay? Go back and read that, because I'll be here all day otherwise. So we've got, for love then, my darlings, for this week, we've got the Six of Cups and the Hanged Man. Six of Cups energy is about our past, as I've just been talking, alluding to, darlings. But number 6 is on the Tree of Life. Number 6 is beauty, okay? And beauty, I talk about beauty as being the recognition of the value of something. The recognition of the value of something. So as I was saying about, you know, it's quite a hard energy to explain off the cuff, is the moon energy. But really what I said all sticks, is all counts. And it kind of is really encompassed by these two energies here, because we have with the number 6 here, you know, the Six of Cups, we have a sort of access, if you will, to how we used to feel, to our old memories, but we have access to them now, so they feel real. It feels like it just happened that you got married, or it feels like it just happened that you met this person. You know, it's like very real. Everything's very intense emotionally in a way, and pleasurable and happy. But we've also got this energy here, which is the Hanged Man, which is number 12. 6 and 6 is 12. You know. And it's almost like with this, it's about seeing things from a different point of view and a different perspective. So seeing our past experiences from a different point of view. And that door is open. And the reason that door is open is because of Neptune. Neptune is the planet of this, really, ruled by the moon, I think. And it's all the same, dreamy Neptune, I always call it, because it is about our emotions and about our hidden wishes and desires and the things that we hide from people. Well, nothing's hidden, not from you. You can't run from your feelings right now. And Neptune is making sure of that. Read the description box below for a full breakdown of Neptune energy this month, okay? Read the description box below. Because you can't avoid it. You can't avoid how you feel. You can't avoid how you used to feel. You can't avoid what you hoped, what you used to hope. You know, we sort of imagine what it's like, you know, when you're in a relationship, for example, with somebody, and you sort of in this relationship and you think this relationship's going to last forever, and you sort of imagine or envisage, you know, what it will be like when we get married and what it will be like when we have children and all that stuff. And then actually the relationship doesn't last that long, and you don't ever get married, and you don't ever get kids. And it's like, but all that time and that energy and the effort that you put into thinking and imagining what it will be like when you get married, what it will be like when you get, what your children will be like, all that time that you put into imagining all those things and thinking about all those things, it was still real. You still was excited by those thoughts, and you were still. And it's like with these combination of energies, it's as if all that is sort of at the surface now. So for some people that might feel uncomfortable, but with the Hanged Man here, we know that means there's a reason. There's a reason that these things are all up at the surface right now. These past feelings and emotions are up at the surface right now for you. That you're remembering this ex-partner, or that you're remembering you know, how you used to feel about your current partner, or how the relationship began, and what you thought the relationship would be, and you thought the relationship would be that, and the relationship is something else. This is like the relationship. You thought the relationship, I imagined we'd be all happy, and, you know, we'd still be doing our hobbies together, and you know, and 15 years later, you don't spend any time together, and da-da-da-da-da. And this is like, you are being encouraged almost by Neptune for definite. Saturn sex on Neptune 18th, that is definitely your day. If you feel it on the 18th, which I think is today, then you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's as if all these feelings are like up at the surface at the moment, and you don't know why they're up at the surface at the moment, but they're up at the surface for a reason, and that is to do with love and romance and relationships. And all that stuff is up at the surface. And maybe it's because you imagined, you know, we're going to have such a good life together, me and my girl, and me and my man, we're going to have a great life together, we're going to do this, you know. But actually what actually happens is because you can see now, you remember, because you're remembering now, you know, you're 6 years on now. So you're thinking back this week about how the things that you'd imagine, oh, we're going to go on a day night every week. We're going to make sure we still go camping every summer. We're going to make sure we see our friends every month. Whatever you planned in your relationship, in your mind, yeah? For example, that type of thing. It's kind of like those memories are flooding back to you now. And it might be the flooding back to you now is because currently your relationship, you don't do any of those things. You don't do any of those things. You made all these plans in your mind, in your imagination. Oh, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll walk the dog together every day. But actually, what you do is you go to work and she goes to work or he goes to work, and then you come home and you're exhausted, and all those dreams that you had of spending burning marshmallows in the back garden just because it's something you like to do, you know, or having a drink before, you know, a nice peaceful evening together, or whatever it is. You're not having those times. And so it's kind of like this week is kind of like your wake-up call, Aries. It's kind of like, and that's why it can be shocking, because it's kind of like it's kind of like something happens that helps you to realize and see, wow, we just kind of arrived here. And I didn't even see that all we were doing was working, or all we were doing was focusing on the children, or all we were doing was focusing on X, Y, and Z. And we're not giving each other any attention whatsoever. Or it could be if you're single, you know, you've got to apply it to your life, but it's coming into that awareness of how you used to feel and think. And the reality is that what you thought you were building, or what you thought you wanted, or what you thought you had, it's like realizing this week you don't have that. Not in any sort of sinister way, not in any sort of, you know, third party way. Not in any sort of way like that. Just in the way that, as I said, you always said, oh, we'll walk the dogs together every day. But actually what happens is you come home from work at X time. She or he comes home from work at X time. You just don't have a minute. You know, he goes straight to the shower. You go straight to reading your book. You never even have a conversation, let alone get outside to walk the dogs together. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's that coming into that awareness this week. You know, this is why I try not to give examples, because if I give examples, I'm here all day. But it's that type of thing. It's like realising that the thing that you wanted is, you know, it's like me. It's like, you know, I thought, right, I'm going to do my job, this Kiwis and Tarot, and then, you know, year 1, website year 2, book year 3, you know, all this, because I want to write every day. I want to make sure that all that I can write every single day. And then I realised, oh my God, all I do every single day is I'm doing my tarot, and then I'm working so hard that I'm recovering. I'm so exhausted that I don't get a chance to write. That's the realisation. That's the realisation that I had. And you are having a similar realisation this week when it comes to love or relationships, if that makes sense. So now it's like, okay, I'm going to do tarot 3 hours a day. This is my third. We're just approaching my third hour. When it gets to 4, I've reached my third hour. Excuse me. I'm like... And at 3 hours, I'm stopping, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm not exhausted, so that tomorrow I can write, for example. Does that make sense? So it's coming into that type of awareness this week in your relationship. And as I said, nothing sinister. It's just the awareness, and it's an event, a shock event that brings that awareness about, okay? We have to quickly, we've got I say because this is the similar thing. The judgment is the energy of judgment is about shining a light on to an aspect of your life that you have overlooked, revealing something about yourself, your experience, your life, etc. So that's how it's got. So we've got for these 2 cards or everything else, or you can apply them to love. So they can be work, they can be finances, family, whatever you want to apply them to. A situation that's for you, that you know about, that you've been worrying about, thinking about. Or we can apply them to the same thing, your love, your relationships, okay? And we've got the Judgment card and the High Priestess. And I made that noise like, because that's exactly what Judgment is. It's similar in that respect. This is a shock event that happens that puts you on the path that you need to go on. And it can feel overwhelming to have that type of event occur in your life. But nonetheless, it is a blessing, or a blessing in disguise. Judgment energy is about a situation that happens that reveals something about you that you've overlooked. Reveal something about you to yourself, something that you've overlooked. So again, exactly what I just said, the example that I already gave about me, you know, I engineered my life so that I could start Key Wisdom Tarot, do my website, finish writing the book, But I realised all I was doing was working so hard on Key Wisdom Tarot that I didn't write every day. And that was the whole point of me leaving my job as a teacher in the first place, so I could write every day. It's that. So for me, that was a moment of judgment. It was a tower moment because emotionally I felt it. Energetically I felt it. And it was, it was a moment where that information, I know that I work 12 hours a day. But the judgment makes you realize the impact that has on you, for example. And if we see the devil, it's the same thing. It's like those cards, those energies are about you seeing something in the cold, hard light of day, which you've not seen before. And, and then with that, so this is everything else. With judgment, we've got the High Priestess. So we've got this card here, the High Priestess, which is about your intuition, which is, again, linked to the Moon card. So we've got all this thing about beneath the surface now. We've got what's going on beneath the surface being brought to light. What's going on emotionally beneath the surface for you being brought to light. What you really are feeling about the situation that you're in. How you're married, the state that your marriage has got to, because all you both do is work. Or all you both do is, you work such different shifts that you never spend any time together. Or whatever it is, you don't communicate. Or you are... You're hiding at work, or you're hiding your potential, or you're hiding whatever it is for you as an individual. I won't give any more examples, but that's the type of energy. And it's as if as well, especially look with these two cards here, we've got a 12 and we've got a 12, so 1 plus 1, 2, 3 and a 2 here. So we've got the High Priestess. And remember, 2 is about commitments, being committed to something. In this instance, this is about the awareness of your intuition. This is you this is you recognizing that you always knew that you were doing too much or you weren't doing enough. And this is that card, and it's about that veil being lifted now. So this is really a time for you, Aries, or this is really a week for you guys of coming into that awareness. And it's a positive thing because we only grow when we know. We don't you see. This is the universe celebrating. Finally, yes, they've got it. They get it. They understand. Aries have been listening. Finally. This is you being on the right path. Finally, making the right choice. Finally, seeing it for the first time clearly. Finally. This is that energy. This is you doing something about it. This is you saying, blimey, I didn't realise I was working so hard. Blimey, I didn't realise that we didn't give each other any time. Blimey, I didn't realise that I was hiding at work. Blimey, I didn't realise that I had such anxiety. Whatever it is for you as an individual. This is the universe going, yes, finally you see it, you realise it, and we can celebrate you. 3s are about expansion, that being comfortable being you in the world. And with this energy of the 3 of Cups is a very interesting energy because it's karmic, because we act on our feelings, we respond, we sort of act on our feelings or react with our feelings, but we don't necessarily know what the outcome will be. If you have 2, you have these 2 things and they move around each other and they stay equal distance from each other, okay? Because there's only 2 things. If you throw in a 3rd, this affects this, affects this, affects that. So you don't really know the impacts. You don't really know what, if you go closer to that, you don't know how that is going to impact both that and that, and how that, you can see what I'm saying. So that's with the 3. That's why it's a bit of a karmic number, But this is saying that if you the moon energy is quite intense. So I can't stress it enough, Aries, go to my Instagram and read the post about the moon card, please. And it's intense to experience because, again, it's that we feel everything as if it's happening now. Everything we've ever felt, all the things that we've denied, all the things that we've hidden, all the things that we've pretended not to know. We know it all, we see it all, we feel it all as if it's standing right in front of you right now in your face, yeah? However, that awareness, that intensity, that we know it all, we see it all, we feel it all as if it's here right in my face is exactly where you need to be. So the universe is saying to you this week, yes, acknowledge it, accept it, because this is what's bringing you in growth. And actually, more than growth, it's bringing you in alignments where you should be, because that's what the Tower does. It brings us into the alignment of where we are meant to be. It brings us right onto the path. So if you and your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, your husband, your wife, you and your kids, your family, have just not been on the same page, you've not been communicating, just taking your thumbnail, not been communicating, it's like realizing, oh my gosh, I've not been putting any time into communicating with my family, my friends, whatever. I'm going to start doing that now. So the awareness is what brings through the healing, the growth, and that is really where you need to be. And that's really what's coming for you this week, guys. So it's really, again, a week about awareness. I say again because it seems to be something that's coming up frequently these sets of readings. But it's also, this is what is going to ultimately bring you onto firm footing and solid ground, okay? Which means you're going to be feeling more secure, more certain after this week. Okay, so my darlings, I hope you like that reading, Aries. If you did, please give this a thumbs up. Feel free to share this video on your social media, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, and leave me your comments. I love to read your comments. I will read every single comment and respond if necessary and if I can. Don't forget to subscribe to Kiwi's Tarot if you have not already. I will be back with a brand new intuitive reading next week. Thank you very much, my darlings. Have a wonderful week, Aries, and I'll see you all again next week. Take care, my darlings. Bye.